facts. The only challenge is that whatever people are talking about, it makes a turn, it makes a round. Because everything in life loves to make a circle. Now, whatever people have been talking about you or about me, one of the good days it reaches you by whoever feels that they need to pass that information to you. Possibly that's the challenge, but the truth is that people will talk and talk about it. Greetings again. It's a lovely time of the day, and I do believe you have been enjoying yourself wherever you have been. Life is more important in such a way that you need to enjoy life, because it is in your capacity to determine what happens in you in this life. Yes, of course, there are things which happen to us which we don't totally have control. But even in the midst of such, you need to find ways how to manage it. I have been thinking about most of us who are so worried about many things. We worry about what people talk about us. And it came to me to say this proverb, what worries the moon when the dog barks? What worries the moon when the dog barks? Therefore, people will talk, and people talk about anything. People talk about everything. People will talk about you, and people will talk about me. Therefore, people will talk. But most of the time, we get so worried, agitated about what people are talking about. You know, I also thought about the word gossip. In South Africa, we also talk about scanning. Therefore, people are gossiping, are talking about you. People are talking or whispering about you. All of us, we should know that whispering, gossip, scanning, detail, news is an ancient art which people use. Therefore, people will talk. And then the question is, what worries the moon when the dog barks? The only challenge is that whatever people are talking about, it makes a turn, it makes a round. Because everything in life loves to make a circle. Now, whatever people have been talking about you or about me, one of the good days it reaches you by whoever feels that they need to pass that information to you. Possibly that's the challenge, but the truth is that people will talk and talk about you. Now, can you avoid that people should not talk about you? Can you avoid that people should not regard you as an item to talk about? No, that you can't. I can't stop people talking about me. Then the issue which we should be worried about is whether people are talking about positive things or negative things about me. Positive things or negative things about me. And you know, and we all know, that negative things sells the paper. Negative things move faster and quicker. Good things don't move faster. Yes, now that should be the issue if you are worried about these dogs which are barking. Because the moon knows at all that these dogs which are barking here on Mother Earth will never one day reaches where the moon is. Now, why are you worried about it? Are you worried about that you are becoming part of those who are selling papers? Are you aware that people talk about people? People talk about people. No matter where we are, people talk about animals. People talk about dogs. People talk about cats. People talk about lions. People talk about cockroaches. People talk about things which doesn't matter. I mean, within our houses, we have got spiders. We have got cockroaches which moves in within. We have got lizards. We have got birds. The people will talk about it. Are you also aware that people will talk about the dead? Those who are no more. People will talk about them because people will talk. Now, the issue which I want to pull ourselves so that we reason this together, it's what is worrying you. Because people will talk. If you find that people are talking about you, then you should be aware that you are more visible. You are more visible in such a way that they are able to see you. Things which are not visible, people will not talk about it. Yes, the backing is because you are visible. Check it. Now, the question which I want all of us to be worried about is what people are talking about us. What legacy is it creating? What legacy is it leaving? Will your children, your family, your wives, your husband, other members of the family, cousins, nephews, when they hear about what people are talking about you and the legacy you are leaving, will they be happy? Therefore, sometimes we get more worried about what people are talking about, but we forget about the legacy we are creating. Yes, sometimes people kill themselves. You kill yourself because people are talking about you. I'm telling you today, don't kill yourself because people are talking about you. Don't isolate yourself because people are talking about you. People will talk about you whether good or bad. Just imagine people who are in leadership. Just imagine people who are presidents, people who are CEOs, people who are managers, people who are councillors, people who are premiers, people who are in parliament, people who are leading political parties. We talk about them almost every minute, every part of the day. We talk about them. Now, therefore, people will talk about all these things. Now, I want also to bring an element when I was growing up. When I was growing up, when we were learning to shoot birds, we mostly like to prefer a bird which is sitting up where it is visible. And that's where we will be able to learn to shoot. We'll be able to use all equipment which we have because the object is visible. Yes, it is very much critical that when you worry about the dogs which are backing you with the moon, what are they backing you against? Either positive or negative. Now, the elements which I want you to focus on, which I mostly focus on, I look at the narrative of the talk. I look at the narrative of the backing. I look at the narrative of what is moving, making a circle, coming back to me. Is it good? Is it something good? Is it worthy? If it is good, therefore keep on doing the good things. Because people talk about it and people learn about it. If it is bad, you need to be worried. You need to be worried what impact and implication it is making in your relationship with other people. Therefore, the gossip, scanning, detailing, retailing, what must you learn out of it, you as a person, rather than fighting the dogs, is to say, what legacy is it bringing? Am I destroying people? Am I making people not to feel safe? Are people now more afraid of me than loving me? Can people associate with me or not? That should be your concern. If it is something good, is it helping you and helping other people? It should be something then at the end which helps you and helps other people. It is bad. What they're talking about, is it bad? That bad? How do you adjust to change the narrative? How do you change what they talk about you? How do I change what people talk about when they talk about me. Because that I am in control, I am in charge. Because what people see, what people perceive, what people experience on me, they will keep on talking about. Now, what narrative? What is it all about? Positive? Negative? If it's negative, I must change. Find ways to make it more positive. Find ways to make it lovable. I want to tell you, accept it. It is unavoidable that people will talk about you. It is unavoidable that people will talk about me. Yes, I've learned from the Chinese proverbs, which says, if you don't want anyone to find out or talk about, don't do it. If you don't want people to talk about, to find out about what we're doing, don't do it. And this is a great lesson which all of us will learn, because dogs will not stop barking to the moon. When there is light, when there is disturbance, when there is any wave which moves closer to us, they will. Either because of fear, either because they cannot achieve what you have done, either because they want to learn out of what you have done, or either they despise what you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, self-introspection speaker, he is saying, what worries the moon when the dog barks? Through that, I do believe you will adjust, readjust, and work that your legacy should be something rememberable. Even when they talk about it, you are no longer worried. I thank you for this time and opportunity for listening to me. I thank you. Thank you very much. I really would like to appreciate the time and the opportunity you take to watch what we present. Yes, I'm yours, Dr. Chililo Thomas Razirani of the Chikobi clan. Of course, I hail from the Limpopo province. In short, your self-introspection speaker who helps you to see yourself. I appreciate the time. What we would like to invite you to do is really to say, yes, can you like our videos? Can you also subscribe to our channel? And also share these videos to other people, because the value is on adding to other people. Yes, check the space for the new work, for the new videos. Yes, watch our website www.mindtowork.co.za for events which can be upcoming, so that we also meet and visit each other. We really appreciate the time and the opportunity you take to add value to your own life, and also to harvest what you will use to add value to the other people. We thank you very much. God bless.